we're going to get into our next Supreme Court Justice candidate, Judge Gina Capone.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. Is she there?
Yeah.
Come on in. Come on in.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, it's nice and warm in here.
Yes, and I apologize for running past you in the parking lot, but I was running late. I had to get inside real quick.
We needed you.
Our show is sponsored by Cupcake Cutie in Mount Vernon. So I have a strawberry shortcake cupcake for everybody and a business card for all of the candidates.
I do love a cupcake.
Okay, well there you go. That's a strawberry shortcake cupcake from Cupcake Cutie. That's
they sent them.
Yes, I did. That's one of the reasons. That was one of the reasons I was running late. I had to stop by there and pick up some. So that was the flavor that they had the most of. So I was like, I'll take 6 of those. Yes. Oh, and let me give you your official round of applause. So as I was saying earlier, and I don't know if you heard me, one of the things we don't ever really get to see who our judges are. This position that you're going for is 14 years, and the other one, the counties, are 10 years. We don't ever really get to see, y'all are not allowed to answer so many questions. So, so a lot of the black and brown communities never get to know you, and unfortunately, when they get to know you, they're in front of you. That's not yet. So,
too late.
So we don't know who we're sending in there. So yeah. So that was why it's important this year. We did as many judicial candidates as possible, so people could, our people could see, who the candidates are. So I had the last candidate explain what the difference between Supreme Court and County Court, because I actually didn't know which one does what.
Right, and there are many judges this year running for different positions.
Right. So you are running on. Is it the Democratic line?
I have the Democratic line, the Republican line, the Independent line, and Conservative line.
Holy crap.
Now,
congratulations, you already won. You already won. That's it. It's over.
So the reason I
asked, I am going to be voting for you, by the way.
The reason I asked is because there's been a lot of propaganda this year about Democrats running on the Republican line, especially with the man that's occupying I'm not calling him the president, that's occupying the White House right now. So what made you, and just explain why you went through the different parties, why you decided to be on, why you, the other lines.
Okay, so judges should be neutral. When a defendant comes in, I don't ask them whether they're a Republican or a Democrat when they come in. So I don't think judges should be on any party line. That's my personal opinion. I think judges should be based on their experience alone. Right. So my philosophy is that I don't have any certain position when I'm making my decisions, so I don't make it based on my Democratic values or Republican values. So I'm honored to have the 4 lines because that just shows that I could be very neutral, having the support of all the parties.
Okay. That's great.
I noticed you got some amazing endorsements. A lot of my friends here endorsed you, and these are excellent associations. Westchester Hispanic Law Enforcement, Hector Lopez, my brother.
Oh, is that your brother?
Yeah, that's my brother.
He's wonderful.
Yeah, he said to say hi to you.
Hello.
So, as I asked Judge Cobra, who is Gina Capone, the person, not the candidate, but the person?
Oh, okay.
And pull the mic a little closer. I want everybody to be able to hear you. It moves. You can pull it.
Gotcha.
Pull it.
More?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm from Putnam County, New York. One of the seats opened in Putnam County, so Westchester County honored that, so that's why the opening occurred. Mm-hmm. I've lived in Putnam for the last 30 years. I came originally from Cortland Manor. I started out my education at Westchester Community College for 2 years. I received an academic scholarship to Pace University, where I graduated magna cum laude honors, and then I went off to Pace Law School. Mm-hmm. Shortly after that, I opened my own practice. Mm-hmm. And I've been in general law practice for the past 22 years, living in Putnam. 4 years later, at the age of 36, I ran for office as a town judge, and I have been a town judge for the past 18 years. Okay. I live in Putnam with my dog, Bianca.
Okay.
Who I love more than anything.
Okay.
And
you're sitting right next.
She's been sick the last few days, so I've been a little stressed, but she's better now.
You're sitting next to a big dog lover.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has three now. Yes, she has
I
three.
had more. Some passed away.
She's my little girl.
Yeah.
I just moved back from Putnam Lake.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Then you were my neighbor.
I was there for a little while, for a couple of years.
Yes, Putnam is beautiful, actually.
Okay, so I'm going through. Wow, I'm looking at the endorsements, as Lorraine was saying. You have a wealth of endorsements.
Yes, I've been very fortunate. I've had unions, I've had laborers, I've had Stonewall Dems, I've had the Women's Caucus. So I've been very blessed.
Yeah.
What made you? I think you said it, but you might have answered this already. What made you decide to take the next leap up to become a Supreme Court justice?
I love being a judge.
Okay.
I love what I do. The job that I have now is a part-time job, and I'm a full-time lawyer.
Okay.
The Supreme Court would be a full-time job. I actually enjoy being part of the process of a solution as opposed to the adversarial side where we're always fighting. So I like the part of being in the middle where I could try to bring two sides together more.
Yeah.
That I enjoy. 18 of my 22 years I've been a sitting judge.
Okay.
So I think I come at it a little different.
Okay.
So I really want to be part of the process where I can really try to help people get a solution that they can live with. Not everyone's happy, typically, but at least something that they can live with.
Would you say that in your experience you've been able to bring sides together more, or is it
Yes.
just okay, you have.
Yes. Including in my private practice. I do a lot of matrimonial law, and I find that...
Wow.
I know. I wanted to help people when I first came out. that was the theory. But yes, I try to come at it again from a neutral position because most people don't realize is matrimonials are breaking up of a marriage, but not an emotional breakup. It's financial, and everything has a number, right? So the value of your home has a number, your paycheck has a number, there's a formula for child support. So it's basically math. But you try to navigate the people going through the worst time in their entire life and try to find a resolution where they have more control over what happens to them as opposed to a judge having control.
Okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So when you become
Thank
a
you.
Supreme Court justice, do you stop practicing law?
Yes, it would be a full-time job.
Okay.
Okay.
And I would love it 24/7 then
Yeah.
instead of just my office.
Okay.
So, yes.
What social media website for people? There's only but so much people can learn about you in 30 minutes. If someone sees you, they're impressed. They want to know more about you. Website, maybe social media. How do people?
Yes, I'm on Facebook, and it's Judge Gina Capone, and my website is www.judgecapone4justice. Judge
Okay.
Capone for Justice.
Okay. That's you said Facebook. Okay. Lorraine, questions?
A statement.
Statement.
I find that when you did barbecue chips and Cupcake Cutie, it's really good. I just want to give a shout out to Cupcake Cutie.
Okay, that's definitely.
I know it got nothing.
Wait,
But you caught me as I was getting ready to open my mouth.
Because she said, and I
I'm on
thought she was.
TV. I can't dip my chip right now,
And
but
no,
I will.
And no, but I thought she was talking to you.
Me too.
And she said, when you dip your barbecue chips, and I was like, wait, did you make barbecue chips or something?
I did not.
was like,
I did not.
I thought we were about to learn that you was
I
in the
thought so
barbecue
too,
chip
but-
business or something.
Sweet
No,
and salty.
I want to make a statement. I've heard of you for a while now. I've heard nothing but great things about you. You have a lot of supporters out there for you. You're all over social media. People are constantly, reposting your information. Just today on social media, I saw maybe about a half a dozen more folks, asking people to vote for you. You got a big following. I think you're definitely going to be one of the next, Supreme Court justices out there. I'm definitely going to vote for you.
Thank you.
You've got a wonderful reputation, and I think the Supreme Court needs you. I think the people
thank you.
need you, and you will be a fool if they didn't vote for you. I'm just saying, really.
I can't.
Lorraine
can't ask for
Lopez.
better than that. Thank you.
So I was going to ask you, there's 4 slots, 5 people running. Why should you be one of the people that they pull a level for, if they haven't already?
Okay. I think I have the experience to do what I do. I have 18 years of judicial experience, 22 years of legal experience. I also recognize that every single time that I make a decision, I know I'm impacting someone's life and the life of another person, whether it's in a matrimonial case or what I do now, setting bail, issue the order of protection or not, evict a tenant or not. Those decisions are hugely important, and we always have to remember that there's a person standing there that I'm going to impact in one way or another. So I know that I'm going to bring that with me when I sit as a Supreme Court justice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I would always keep that in mind. I will always take that with me, that no matter how long I've done it or no matter who the person is that's standing there, I am going to impact that person. So I will always keep that in mind when I make a decision. So I hope that people recognize that that's important to me. It's very important.
I think they do.
I since there's limited questions that I can ask, I've asked all the judicial candidates too, kind of comical questions that have nothing to do with.
Oh, good. I like that.
If your house was on fire and you can only grab 3 things,
My dog, and my dog.
Oh,
my dog.
That's it. And
What kind of dog do you have?
It's a little chihuahua. Don't
Oh my
judge
God,
me.
I got 3 of them.
Stop it. Best dog ever.
I got
Yes,
3
I love
chihuahuas.
her. I love her.
Yeah, hers have a pack mentality. There's too many of them. So when one goes, they all
My
go.
my girl is just very special. She's alone. But yes.
If you were a superhero, who would you be and why?
Ooh, a superhero. Would it be wrong to say Wonder Woman?
Yes.
No.
1, because I like the
Yes.
name, and 2, because I like the outfit.
Yes.
Oh, hey.
Yes.
Oh,
That's my girl.
Well, I like the outfit too.
Okay.
Yes. And the actress that wore it in the movie wore it well. So yeah. Yes.
Stupid. AJ.
Don't get me in trouble.
No. Now here's the question that had nothing to do with anything, but I asked the previous judge. I watch too much TV.
Okay.
So you see, and I'm sure it's just comedy on TV, but you'll see you think they got a suit underneath, they really got shorts and a t-shirt on. They don't really have
Not just Judy. She always
Not just
dresses.
you, or at least the collar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Woman has
collar. Yeah.
Right.
So do you see judges like that? Do they really because we would never know.
I think they wear clothes, but maybe.
No,
jeans.
yeah, but I'm just saying like they might have like shorts on or
Jeans.
something.
For
like,
the record, I have clothes under my robe.
Oh, and I don't mean
said-
not clothes,
Oh,
but
okay.
they might like to have just shorts or,
Well, I mean-
they don't have a suit on. You would
You
assume
don't
that
necessarily have to wear a suit.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm dragged out at 3 o'clock in the morning for an arraignment, I'm not going to put my suit on.
Okay.
I mean, it's enough I have to blow dry.
Right.
I will not worry about putting a suit on.
Wait a minute. You get dragged out at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Sure, we're on call 24/7 as a town judge, so there have been many a time I've been called out at 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So if they need you, you come out. So I'm not putting a suit on.
That's
Maybe wearing
impressive. You get
jeans.
up at that time and do your job. That's nice.
Yeah, so whenever they
That means
need
you're
us-
so committed. That's nice.
Yeah, that's part of the job. Once they call you, if you're on call, and I alternate with my other judge that I have, so every other night we're on call. So whenever the troopers need us or the sheriff needs us, we come out.
Now, as a Supreme Court justice, you're not 24 hours. You still 24 hours? You would be called
Well,
at
I'll
3
be
o'clock in
working.
the morning?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that is one of the blessings, I guess. That's someone else's job now.
Oh, okay.
And then you'll be presiding over at Westchester County Courthouse?
I could be in any one of the 5 counties.
Right, that's what she said.
So it's a 5-county race.
They assign them each to a
Yeah,
different
yeah,
county.
okay.
Right. I just happened there's an opening in Putnam, so I could sit in Putnam, or they could send me to Westchester or Dutchess or Rockland.
Got it.
So I could sit in any one of the 5 counties.
Got it.
But if I could do a little plug for myself, in Putnam, I would be the first female Supreme Court justice ever elected in Putnam
Oh my God,
County.
that's wonderful.
Oh, that would
That
be-
is
a little plug
wonderful.
for me
Yeah,
and
that
Putnam
would-
County.
Good, good, good.
Put that out there.
I mean, that's not why you should vote for me.
No.
Involved. That's an extra step.
Absolutely. We were just saying that, this country is full of racism and sexism, and there's the glass ceiling. So I'm always happy when someone breaks through,
Yes.
to be the first of most of those things. So
Yeah, that's an extra honor that I would have. So I
That's
hope it happens.
awesome.
Vote for me.
That's awesome. Vote for her, folks.
Vote for me.
You listening, right,
That's
folks?
my new hashtag. Please vote for me.
now, is there anything I did not ask you? Whether it's about you, whether about why they should vote for you, whether it's your message, anything that you just want to.
No, I want to encourage people. I know sometimes things happen and you don't get out to vote. We've had early voting and election day is coming. I've worked for the past year running around in 5 different counties trying to make as many events and meet as many people as I can.
Wow.
And all of our candidates work super hard every day. It's a full-time job to campaign.
Right.
So we put our hearts into this, our time into this, and I just hope that people recognize that and really just take the time to come out and vote, regardless of who you vote for. Just come out and vote and just let everyone know that all that hard work paid off.
You know, I never thought about that. Like you campaign in all 5 of those counties.
All
like,
5 of those counties. So I could be
Are
in
you
4.
exhausted?
I get. Oh, please. I get. Look at me. So yes, I could be in 4. We can be in 4 counties in one single night. So we've been working very hard for the past year, and as all the candidates. So just keep in mind when they're knocking on your door, they're standing in front of a train, or just getting out the mailers. Those are expensive. We put a lot of time into this, and for people to just come out and take that half hour would mean a lot to us as candidates.
And again, one more time, website and social media so people can look at
Judge Gina Capone or Judge Capone with number 4 Justice. Judge Capone for Justice.
Okay.
A good friend of the show, Monique James, said, "While you're running on all the lines, fantastic." And then she said, "Good stuff," with 4 clapping hands.
Oh yeah, about being the first woman in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Good friend of the show. See, I can't ask you
Yeah, that's
issues.
It's very frustrating.
And this is, I guess, why people don't do it. But still, I want to give, again, most people in the Black and brown community do not come in contact with you until they come in contact with you. They don't really get to know who you are. They don't know, the position. So I wanted to give them a chance to, know some of the judges that were running this year.
I have a
And I
question.
appreciate that. I think they should know who the judges are.
Yeah.
You don't want to meet me the first time when I come in. When you come in.
Right. Well, and, we don't know. I mean, and then again, it's just 14 years. Like once you're there, you're there. If they made a mistake, it's 14 years. Like it's just
Wow.
there.
Yeah, it's a
like,
very long time.
Yeah.
That's why that people can't make a mistake. They need to vote for her. And they really do.
Lorraine said you need to vote for her.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have a question without being specific. Have you ever had those moments where you proceeded over a case and then you went home and it kept you up at night?
Oh, many times.
Yeah.
If you have issues of order of protections or whether to evict someone, or there have been a lot of cases where the facts require that you make a certain decision, and I try to explain to people that my job is to take the facts and the law. It's not my personal preference. So
Yeah.
sometimes I have to rule for something because the law requires me to do that, even though inside it may not feel like it's the right thing. It's the right thing to do as a sitting judge. So I have to make the decisions based on what's in front of me.
Wow.
It's kind of
It's hard.
rough, man. Yeah.
But you do what you can.
You got to do your job. You took an oath and you got to follow the law. That's very important. Always follow the law. Always.
Last time, anything I didn't ask you that you want people to know?
Nope, just come out and vote. Vote for me and come out and vote.
All right. I'm looking at your card one last time. You have extensive experience.
Folks, this is her, right? I'm just putting the word out
The
there.
cupcake does look delicious, by the way. So
Oh yes,
thank
yes.
you very much.
That is our sponsor for the day, for the special, because we're on 6 to 8 every week. This is a special
Election edition.
pre-election edition that we did to get as many candidates and on camera, on the mic as possible. So
And thank you.
And we
Thanks for doing
welcome you
that.
to Black Westchester Radio.
Thank you so much.
yes.
Thank
And
you.
so that is our sponsor, Cupcake Cutie. They sponsored. They gave me a cupcake for all the candidates and a business card. Please take a business card.
Will do.
And I wish you the best. I wish you the best.
Thank you very
And
much.
thank you for taking the time to come. I like to thank people for their time because, I've had money, I've lost money, I'm going to get money again. One thing that I have never been able to accomplish is getting back my time.
Agreed.
So I try not to waste people's time, and I try to thank them for their time.
Yes, and thank you for having us today.
Oh, not a problem. Not
Thank
a
you.
problem. Thank you, and I wish you the best. And I'm just trying to think of something else to ask you that doesn't fall into the category of things I can't ask you.
Right. It's uncomfortable not to be able to ask a question because most people think that we're avoiding the question.
Right.
But if I have a certain view on something, and then you come before me, then you'll think that I'm not being fair to you, or you think you're entitled to a different type of opinion. So
Right.
I tell most people I've been a sitting judge for 18 years, and if you don't know what my view is on something, then I'm doing my job.
Okay.
So we're not avoiding the question, just ethical rules don't allow us to, because then you'll feel like I'm biased in a certain way and won't feel like you're getting that equal justice when you come before me.
Right,
So,
right. And in the black and brown community, as I said before, there is a lot of distrust of the legal system, judges, police officers, the whole judicial system, which is another reason why I wanted to do this as much as possible. So you get to see some of the candidates that will be the next judges.
One thing that I can say, I can't make promises to anyone, but what I can say is there is no favoritism, no bias, no preconceived notion of anyone that comes before me. It doesn't matter if you're a Wall Streeter or if you're not a Wall Streeter, where you come from, who you are, social or economic. It doesn't matter where you come from. You're a person before me. You give me the facts that you have, and I take the law and I apply that. So there is...
Now let me ask you a question, and I'm going to ask it in a certain way. Okay, so I'm the editor of Black Westchester. I'm supposed to be fair and unbiased. At every situation that I look at, I report just the facts. But there is times when I'm human, and maybe I have an editorial and I respond because of my experiences, even if I don't mean to. Do you ever find that? I mean, we're human. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, nobody's a robot. Like, you're human.
Correct.
Do you find that you have to walk that line sometimes? The human, how you feel might come through, as opposed to the letter of the, whether good or bad.
If there's discretion in any way that I can help, I'll give you for instance. In my local court, we have a lot of issues with drug abuse, right? So if there's discretion in what I'm allowed to do to try to help someone get treatment versus going to jail, or if there's a way to be able to handle it where I have some discretion to allow someone a certain route to go as opposed to just black letter law, then I will use that if I feel that person needs that type of intervention or some type of assistance in that. So
Right, okay.
So if I have discretion, I'll be able to use it. If it's black letter, this is what the facts are, this is the law, then that's how you rule.
Right.
But if there's any room where I can try to help someone along the way, and the law allows me to do that, then I will do that.
So I guess that follows up to her question when she asked you, does certain things keep you up? So if something's black letter, sometimes some of those cases.
Some of those cases, it's black letter.
Yeah.
And those are the hard ones.
Yeah. All right, that is it for me. Lorraine, do you have any last questions?
No, I just want to encourage everyone to go out and vote for Judge Capone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I voted already, and yes.
Yay,
I
vote for
voted.
me.
Yes. I voted on the first day. Yes, I voted already. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
wish you the best.
Thank
and
you
I
very
thank
much.
you again for coming down.
Thank
and I
you.
greatly appreciate that. And hopefully some people know a little bit more about you than they did before you walked in.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Enjoy your cupcake. And if you're ever in